Going on, everybody? Super excited, of course, because this week, May 5th through the 11th, is Small Business Week. And we at TaylorMade Solutions are just honoring, supporting, lifting up our small business owners. If you don't know who I am, Andre Taylor, president at TaylorMade Solutions. And I'm excited to have our next guest on the interview, on the show, if you will, none other than Jeremy Harris of TaylorMade Media. Jeremy, what's going on?
How's it going, Andre? How's it going, everybody? Glad to be here tonight.
Absolutely. Glad to have you. Look, I know your time is precious. It's your most precious commodity, so it won't be before you long. Just got a few quick questions. So let's jump right in. So, Jeremy, the first question I have for you is, can you, besides your name and the company name, can you tell us a little bit more about who you are, what you do, how you add value to people?
Yeah, definitely. So I work in the digital marketing space with a heavy focus on technical marketing. So besides just driving leads and traffic, definitely focused more on the technical side. So whether that's automation, segmentation, really, or analytics, really just understanding the data behind marketing. I think a lot of times there's so many technologies out there, and definitely in the marketing space that people get overwhelmed, overloaded with all these different softwares and platforms. So I make it a focus to just kind of, streamline that or just make it very simple for the client to understand.
Okay, awesome, awesome. All right, so my next question is, why did you decide to be a small business owner? Because there's a lot of risk and other things that are involved in that. What was the defining moment that made you make that decision?
So I had been toying around with the idea for years. I mean, I think I've always had a passion. I'm a creative. I'm a musician, and I think a lot of times with creatives, we don't really like to be bound. Whether it's by a job or restrictions. We kind of like to have just an open mind in all aspects. So as far as business goes, I think being in the marketing space and wanting to you know just from a very young age own my own business. The corporate world or just even the 9 to 5 world just doesn't really fit well with me. So, I think I wanted to just essentially break those chains and just kind of have that freedom, build that freedom for myself. Um, so that was pretty much the main motivation. And also too, I think one of the key things is just being able to have full creative control. Like I said, not having any restrictions, being able to experiment and test different things, even if even if you mess it up, it's still yours. So that's kind of one of the main things.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So let me ask you this: about how long have you been a small business owner?
I started my first real company about 5 years ago. It was called the Redwood Agency. That was when I was living in Florida, and that business was really just an SEO business. So focused on ranking individuals in Google, primarily local businesses. So I did that for a little bit of time, and then moved to Chicago, where I linked up with Mr. Taylor himself, and we started to collaborate and just kind of started working on building TaylorMade together. And now we've branched off, and I'm the co-founder of TaylorMade Media, which is more of it's a niche focused business. So TaylorMade Media is where we're focused on strictly driving leads, traffic to small businesses, small, medium, and large size businesses. So that's where we're at today.
Awesome, awesome. So since you're a little bit further down the path of what I call the marathon, commonly express this journey, um, you said about 5 years. What would you say maybe to yourself 5 years ago, or maybe somebody's watching this? What words of wisdom would you share, having been in the game of being a small business owner for that long?
So I would say, well, so the 5 years is when I actually started the business, but in marketing over 10 years. And I think the thing that took me so long was just not having just not being focused. And when I say focused, I mean really niching down. We see all every day on Facebook all these different Facebook ads on, grow your Shopify store to $100,000 per month, or become a master affiliate marketer. We're so inundated with all these different advertisements and ideas that I think we start jumping around from thing to thing. So early on, I started off with affiliate marketing, dabbled in e-commerce, dabbled in SEO, dabbled in paid, which, you know, in hindsight helped me become, gave me the skills to, do what I do now. But if I had stuck with one of those things, focused on one of those things, I think, I'd be further along, honestly making a whole bunch more money and being focused on this one particular business model, as opposed to dabbling in a million different things. So what I would tell a new business owner is to really identify, what it is that you want to provide, as far as the service, understand that service. So, learn the ins and out of, if you want to do SEO, learn everything you possibly can about SEO. You don't have to be a master, but just understand it so that you can sell it. You can always hire somebody to do it for you, but I think to effectively sell, you need to fully understand what you're selling. So key things: niche down, focus on one particular type of business. So do you want to work with landscapers? Do you want to work with plumbers? Identify that. And then identify the service that you want to provide them. And I think that's probably the best advice.
Awesome. So that reminds me of that book. I think it was called like The One Thing. And
Yeah.
that was kind of the antithesis of that book, was like, what's that one thing that you want to do or you want to focus on? Because there's a power in that. So I think that is really excellent advice. And thank you for sharing. And also, again, thank you for taking out time. I know your schedule is super busy. I know you have, beyond the small business and work, you have your family man as well. So definitely, that's why it's so dark, right? Because like news really late. So definitely appreciate it. Before I let you go, though, the last thing is, there might be people watching this and they're saying, "Hey, I really like Jeremy's energy. I like what he's saying. I want to get a chance to maybe meet him, or maybe I want to hire him to do work with him or collaborate. I don't know. What's the best way for people to find you or to get in contact with you?"
So you can definitely always email me. My email is jeremy@taylormademedia.io. You can always find me on LinkedIn. Just search Jeremy Harris. You'll see my face. Instagram, Facebook, just search for Jeremy Harris and I'll pop up. And yeah, reach out. I'm always open to help small businesses. I'm really open to help anybody, even if it's just, few tips and tricks. So yeah, open book, just reach out.
Absolutely. Again, Jeremy Harris, TaylorMade Media. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.